When I was about 12 years old, I remember that suddenly one year I became intrigued with Palm Sunday. It wasn't only because of the calms, which were always very cool, but because I noticed that it was the only Mass of the year when we read two Gospels. And even the church's official name of the feast read Palm Sunday of the Lord's Passion. Why, I asked myself, do we celebrate two different events on the same day? Maybe, I thought, maybe the priest knows some people won't come to church next Sunday, on Good Friday, so he wants to make sure everybody has to listen to that long gospel. That's the impeccable logic of a 12-year-old boy. Of course, though, there's a better reason for the two being together, and this reason sums up the fundamental truth of Christian spirituality, the Paschal mystery. For Jesus, the Paschal mystery, his passion, death, and resurrection were inseparable. When Jesus accepted the way of the palms, he accepted also the way of the cross. In the second reading, St. Paul writes, "Why will Jesus be exalted? Because he took the condition of a slave. He humbled himself even to the cross." So Palm Sunday invites us to enter sacramentally into that same Paschal mystery of exaltation and humiliation. As it is for us today, it was difficult for the Jewish people in Jesus' time to understand all this. When Jesus entered Jerusalem, the Jewish people immediately understood it as the arrival of a conquering Messiah. All the prophetic signs were there. First, the colt Jesus rode had never been ridden upon. And according to Jewish law, a beast to be used for a sacred purpose must never have been used for any other purpose. Secondly, the way Jesus entered Jerusalem was how Simon Maccabeus entered 150 years before, after his victorious battles. You can read this in 1 Maccabees chapter 13. Quote, "And he entered into it with thanksgiving and branches of palm trees, and with harps and cymbals and viols, and hymns and songs, because there was destroyed a great enemy out of Israel." Even the shouts of the crowd that we heard today, if you read 2 Kings 9, chapter 9, verse 13, says, they were the same. It says, "Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord." And the spreading of their garments, all of that were the same gestures that crowds used when Jehu was anointed king by Elisha to, quote, "destroy the enemies of Israel and avenge the blood of the prophets," about 800 years even before the Maccabees. But the Paschal mystery, gentlemen, conquers in a different way. Often we associate happiness with gaining power and control over our circumstances. However, the church today invites us to consider a deeper truth. Happiness and fulfillment are not found in personal gain or control, but in self-sacrifice and trust. Palm Sunday represents that essence of Christian spirituality, which every Christian must embrace in his own way. To enter into the Paschal mystery, to step out of our zones of control and self-centeredness, and to move towards daring love and service for others. This was the purpose of Jesus' entry into Jerusalem, and we today are invited to imitate him. As St. Gregory Nazianzen wrote for our priestly breviary yesterday, the Paschal mystery is the new wine of the gospel, and, quote, "it is for us to learn what this drinking is, and for him to teach us."